For today, we're going to be testing the Yamaha Banshee Stator. These are the specs here, and let's get started. So this we have a older '89 Stator. It's really simple. It's really dusty and dirty and rusted out. Usually this happens by letting it sit in the outside without being covered. So usually this is what happens. This is usually water. Everything gets to it. I would usually run a super small brush to it, everything to clean it all up, to prep it. But it's very simple to test these stators. First, we're gonna get two ends here. So this is the ignition coil. I mean the lighting coil here. These two individual wires here. Okay, we're gonna test it by doing this. So we're gonna go to ohms. We're gonna go to the horseshoe here. Ohms, and we should get, for the lighting coil, we should get 0.26 to 0.38 ohms. So this is going to be a little complicated. This one's way dirty. I'd usually clean these up before I test them, but I'm just going to hurry up for the video. So we're getting 0.3 ohms, so this one's good. The lighting coil is perfect. There's no fluctuation, so we're good. As you see that I hit 4, it's high 0.38, high 4s. So the lighting's good on this. And usually sometimes when the lighting goes bad, it's usually because there's a frayed wire here. Usually you take off the cover, check it all out, check if the wires are all connected perfectly. But now we're going to be testing the ignition coil here. So this is the stator. Ignition coils on these prongs. Usually it clips into the wiring harness. So the ignition coil is green and red, solid colors. I know on the aftermarket ones, the colors are a little different, but it's like generally, common sense. So this is green and red. So the two green and red are on the very top because of this. See how they go in? So the green and red are tested up here. So we're going to be checking the ohmage we should get for the ignition coil, 13.7 to 20.5. But it's going to be a little complicated. I'm going to try to show this. But yeah, here we go. So this is 16.6 for the testing. So the ignition coil is perfect. It's in the range of 13.7 to 20.5. So we're going to pick up the pickup coil. Usually it goes out on the Banshees is the ignition coil. It's always the ignition coil. Well, it all depends actually. Anything can go out. So test it like that. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't show you guys. For the two bottom ones here, it's the tracers. So the white and green tracer and the white and red tracer. So these are the tracers here, and at the very bottom, right here at the prongs, the very bottom prong. So we're going to be testing that. As you can check out the ohmage on here, it should be in the range of 90 to 140 ohms. Give it a second, 116 ohms. Perfect. Alright, that's how you check the stator. And if you're having stator problems, remember, make sure the timing's correct, make sure the bolts are grounded, make sure these are cleaned. It's grounded to the motor itself. So make sure these are all cleaned up, everything, the plate's clean. And if you're going to buy an aftermarket one, make sure you just stay away from the Chinese ones. Yeah, the Chinese ones, 5 out of 10 times are good, but usually you get stumped. If you're going to buy a Chinese one, buy at least 2, so you don't have the problem. And check the ohmage too. Usually that's easy way of finding it out. But yeah, there we go. We're all done here.